Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Faraday Future's Executive VP of Engineering, Mr. Nick Sampson.
Wow. Thank you very much. And it's a fantastic privilege to be here this evening with you. We have so much to share, and you're in for quite a special show, because you're not just going to see the unveiling of the first Faraday Future production car. Everybody here, right now, and watching on the internet, are about to witness day one of a new era of mobility, a breathtaking leap forward in the evolution of both automotive and digital technology. We're going to show the first of a new species. Just 1 year ago, Faraday Future made its debut right here at CES, a global EV company with the energy and the spirit of a Silicon Valley startup and a radical vision for a new kind of ecosystem. And now, 12 months later, we've grown to over 1,400 employees globally from over 36 countries, all joining Faraday Future for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to make life and the world we live in better for the generations to come. And we've made a great progress in this endeavor, and since last year we filed over 2,000 patents globally, and we've moved from the idea of a company to a company with fully functioning beta vehicles, and that's taken us in total less than 2.5 years, an amazing feat by any measure. And while some people may think that a new company puts us at a big disadvantage, we think that our clean sheet is one of our greatest strengths. We're unencumbered by corporate history, no precedent or expectations. We don't have to follow outdated practices or retrofit existing products or work to old processes. We're not beholden to a rigid chain of command or stifling bureaucracy. Eliminating those things gives us immense freedom to do anything. We can reformat the future. And like reformatting the automotive business, we're going to look at sales, marketing, operation models. Every element is going to change. And really, we have to be honest with ourselves. The car industry that has made all of us proud for 130 years has to now be replaced. Tomorrow is just too important for all of us and for all of humanity. We have to flip the automotive industry back on its head, break it down, and build it up the way it should have been in the first place, independent of fossil fuels. But we're not stopping with automotive. Not at all, because we don't even consider ourselves to be just a car company building a better way to get from A to B. We're a technology company reformatting the future of mobility. And mobility is a word you'll be hearing quite a bit about in the next few days when CES begins, and it's for good reason. The world is on the cusp of the biggest change in the evolution of the automobile since its very invention. We're ready to take that final, decisive charge into the future where mobility won't be a buzzword, but a normal part of everybody's lives, where things like air pollution, congestion, and traffic accidents will be obsolete. And Faraday Future intends to lead that charge. But the spark for this movement didn't come from engineering or design-based inspiration. It began, and it always will begin, with you. In everything we do, we put you, the person using the technology, first. Our products serve your needs, which leads to user-centric technology that's simpler, smarter, and easier to use. So we're all talking together, working together, learning from each other, and integrating into a revolutionary new ecosystem, a platform that consists and connects you with your car and every part of your digital world so seamlessly you never even have to think about it. By pursuing these beliefs, we can create the kind of technology that makes everybody take notice, inspiring a real challenge and igniting the movement. Because we can all reformat the industry together, and it won't be easy. We won't innovate in steps of 1% or 2% increments. There are other companies, unfortunately, that work really hard to make technology that looks and feels the same as it always has. But that's because they want to take the simple route. Playing it safe sells. And that's the big problem. At this moment in time, disruption is what the world needs for a cleaner planet, a foreseeable future, and more fulfilling lives for all of us. Now, I'm sure you'll all agree that Faraday Future is not playing it safe. We're not conservative. We're not predictable. Disruption is what drives us. In every facet of our business, it pushes us to design what others call impossible, to create things that have yet to exist, and engineer technology with purpose, intention, and impact. And of course, there are companies that have shown great electric vehicles and what they can do. And while these companies inspire us, really what they're doing is just a slight progression on where we've been before, what already exists. But that won't address the world's needs. We need to push harder for the future and make sure it becomes greater than any of the perceived possibilities. We can truly change the game. We have, in Faraday, a great team of game changers, leading thinkers, passionate creators, those who've already made their mark in one industry or another, automotive, internet, technology, and space. We have people from all industries, and I'm proud to have been part of this company since its inception. And together, we have hit incredible milestones. As you can see, we have been very, very busy. And some of the key elements have been that we filed almost 2,000 patents globally for both vehicle and Internet of Vehicle innovations. And we've also quickly gained a license for driving self-driving vehicles on the road. And finally, one of the recent achievements is we've completed phase 1 of our Nevada factory development. And I'd like to show you a few glimpses of how that has taken place and what we have achieved so far. But that was merely the beginning, and we're very excited that shortly we'll be moving on to phase 2 of the construction. But what are we building towards? Well, there are some names of those who have changed the world with their solutions. Michael Faraday, the namesake for our company, who invented the electric motor. We also have Carl Benz, who invented the first production car. And we also have Tim Berners-Lee, who set the foundation for the modern internet. All of those inventions still impact us today, which means whether they knew it or not, when these extraordinary people first gazed upon what they had created, the culmination of their thinking and hard work, they were creating a better future. And we can all sympathize with their amazing achievements to create that future. He raised a very traditional very confining segments of the automotive world. What we're creating is a category of technology that has never existed before, an entirely new species. Like when they first built a phone that was also a computer and a camera, or created a TV that was also an online digital hub. Even a watch nowadays is much more than a watch, which is why what we're creating is more than a car. It's more than just a car. The car that delivers the greatest electric experience, smooth, efficient, and clean. A car that is at the pinnacle of luxury, achieving the best in class and the first in industry at almost every opportunity. A car that drives you, a car that parks itself, an intelligent entity that opens doors, adjusts the temperature, loads your music or your movies or your email, all the things that you never thought a car could do. Because when we look into the future, we don't see a car or an SUV or even an EV. We see a whole new species, a species that signals a pivotal shift in not just the automotive industry, but across multiple technical industries. And we'll call the first of this new species the FF91. But there is just too much to tell you about this first product. We have packed all our thinking, all our tinkering, all our experimenting, all our dreaming into every square inch of the FF91. And behind every feature, there's a story. So throughout this year, we'll be telling more of our stories in chapters. And this chapter is chapter 1, where we'll talk to you about connectivity, artificial intelligence, performance, and design. So whether you'll be at home or at work, wherever you go, the new FF vehicle is equipped to keep you seamlessly connected to your world. In fact, it's the world's first truly connected car, connected to your digital life, no matter what platform you typically use, thanks to our open ecosystem. This means you can access your favorite messaging, audio, navigation, whatever apps you have with either voice or touch. It also means that you can watch your favorite team play continuously across multiple screens. Watch it in your living room, then inside your FF91, and then on your phone. You'll never have to miss a second of the action wherever you are. Or you could plan a road trip on your home computer, decide where you're going, then transfer that itinerary and the routes and all the action that you were going to do directly to your FF91. And if you change your plans en route, you can email your friends, you can let people know what your changes are just by using simple voice commands. And for the first time, you'll be able to stream your favorite content on immersive HD screens. But you may say that's a lot for just one modem, one connection to handle. So our engineers have put multiple modems in the car. So no matter where you go, the modems constantly search for the strongest signal, ensuring you always stay connected, making it best in class, high-speed internet on the road, and the most convenient hotspot on Earth. That's right. There are 2 aerodynamic antennae which also function as Wi-Fi broadcasting systems. So you'll be getting a lot of this out-of-the-world connectivity. But what are you going to connect to? Anything and everything. Whether it's on your home phone, on your computer, on your TV, wherever you go, your world goes too. All the apps, the entertainment content, all the media sources, games, software, all in one convenient personalized interface. For every passenger in the car, not just the driver, everybody in the car will have their own seat that is configured just for them. Your FFID is with global Faraday Future user profile. So every time you drive or ride in a car, it intuitively learns all your preferences and settings and all your choices and continually updates your ID. And using the digital ecosystem platform, it constantly syncs your favorite content, ensuring you consistently experience whatever vehicle you're in, you'll feel it's your vehicle. But now it's time to learn about the astonishing achievements that we've achieved in artificial intelligence and autonomous technologies. So allow me to introduce to you Director of ADAS and Self-Driving, Dr. Hong Bei, So let's welcome him to the stage.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. There are a lot of groundbreaking things we have been working on at Faraday Future, and I'm very excited to share many of them with you all tonight. You will get a glimpse at the capabilities we have designed and engineered into our vehicle, including a capability to learn on its own through artificial intelligence. You will be introduced to a car that has many unique and helpful features. The car that knows you, the car that adapts to you, the car that can drive itself, the car that is smartest ever. Through smartphone integration via Bluetooth and face recognition technology, your FFID will virtually and physically unlock your car while seamlessly integrating personal settings for the seats, destinations, playlists, and even your schedule. Our car, our intelligent entity, continuously learns about you. It remembers you based on FFID and evolves to create and deliver an immensely personal and yet natural feeling experience for you. One that you would create for yourself, one that improves more and more with every drive. It also takes into account external factors like road conditions, weather, and surrounding traffic, and it proactively adjusts its performance. Perhaps sporty handling when you want to enjoy driving through winding back roads, or perhaps more comfortable suspension settings when you want to relax a little bit. The propulsion system also anticipates and adjusts to your needs. I know I want a car that just knows and anticipates my need for maximum acceleration when I'm leaving my in-laws' house after a holiday visit. Hope my wife wasn't watching this. This intelligent entity is also a caring entity. It looks out for you and it protects you. Often better than you yourself, to the point where you will grow to trust it. And we are developing this mobility innovation very, very carefully because the integrity of your data, your personal information, and your safety are our top priorities. Now let me get into a little bit more specific about self-driving technology we've been working on. FF91 is in a class of its own and has the most comprehensive sensor system of any production vehicle today. How comprehensive? Well, it has more than 30 radars, cameras, ultrasonics, and a LiDAR throughout the vehicle, all featuring fundamentally different physics of operation for different duties. Combined, they form a multi-layered, multi-technology contingency system for better performance and safety. As you can see in the background, we have a lot of good sensors in our first car. Among the sensors in the vehicle, the 3D LiDAR is the key component providing the next level of active safety and self-driving technology in our car today. It also helps to make our car, our first car, future-proof for more exciting self-driving functions. The central role the LiDAR plays in autonomous driving also led to a unique design decision, putting it in the center of the hood. An industry first, its location signals to the occupants inside the vehicle, as well as pedestrians and other cars outside the vehicle, that this car is driving itself. Speaking of the car that drives itself, one of the coolest things we have been working on at Faraday is intelligent self-parking, or driverless valet. Imagine you have a very important meeting to go to, and you are running late. You rush to the office, but parking lot looks full. You don't have 10, 15 minutes to look for an open space. Wouldn't it be great? At this point, you can just come out of the car, bring your phone out, activate self-parking, and the vehicle starts driving itself and looks for a parking spot, completes parking, and then when it's done, send you a message back that it's done parking, and we'll wait for your next command. Wouldn't it be fantastic if you don't have to worry about parking ever again. So, let's show this with a live demo. But let's make this a little bit more interesting, shall we? We have a special guest in the audience, Mr. John Jaley. There you go. The mayor of North Las Vegas. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for allowing me to be here this evening.
Thanks for joining us. Could you do us a favor and pick one number between 1 and 6?
That seems easy. 3.
Number 3 it is. Now, we are going to send somebody out in the parking lot to move the vehicle at the parking spot number 3, and then hopefully our car can find the parking spot and parks itself. So there it is. So that's the spot. And at this point, I need a car that can actually do this for us. Do we have FF91 ready? Do we have it ready? Is it somewhere out there? Maybe. Oh, there you go. Okay. All right. Okay. So who's? It looks rather nice. Oh, and actually, that's Pete, our next speaker. Looks like he's enjoying his ride. And I think he's about to get out of his car. And he's got already has his phone in there. He's walking around. I believe he's about to start the function through the FF app for self-parking. There you go. And let's see what happens. Car's not moving. Oh, it's moving already. Okay, there you go. All right. At this point, all the sensors are fired up, and they're really busy collecting all kinds of data and looking for a parking spot. So it's about to make one turn. All right. Again, very busy sensors right now, and all the data from the sensors are now being fed into our main brain, central brain, which, by the way, is the most advanced, most powerful computing platform in any automobile. So again, there is no parking space in that aisle. So the vehicle is still looking for a parking space. So hopefully we'll find the parking spot that we just opened up. Is it gonna go in there? No, it's gonna, what is it doing? It should go there. Oh, it's stopped now. Oh, I see. I think our car feels a little fancy tonight and wants to show off a little by backing into the spot. All right. Let's see how well it does. Okay, 3-point turn. Yeah, really fancy here. All right. Let's see. Okay. Oh, and we can see the LiDAR with the light on top. Is it going to go in? It's going slowly in, cautiously. That's good. And it seems to be staying nicely in the middle of the parking line. It's almost done. Almost done. And then it's done. Watch this. Now LiDAR is going to go down. It's off. It's done. Touchdown! Just like that. Just like magic. With a push-a button, you can enjoy the option, the freedom of not having to worry about parking forever. We're sorry that this feature wasn't available during the last holiday season, actually. Now, I'd like to introduce to you my colleague, Vice President of Propulsion Engineering at Faraday Future, Pete Savagian. Thanks for helping us with the demo, Pete.
Oh, that was really cool. Thanks so much, Han. That was great. Well, we've got a show for you tonight. And without spoiling anything for the whole audience, I'll just give you a hint. we got a little speed. Well, we got a lot of speed. So stay tuned. Yeah. Nick said the FF91 represents a new species that's electric, smart, connected, and shared. I get to talk about the electric part. That's the electric performance. So to start, I'd like to just show you a quick overview of our approach to electric propulsion. I'll talk about the variable platform architecture, or VPA, our charging strategy, our battery, the kind of range we deliver, and get in the details of that propulsion system. And we think by any measure, we have developed for the FF91 the world's greatest electric propulsion system. Let me show and tell you all about it. In the very beginning, the Faraday team laid out the architectural bones of our vehicle with amazing foresight and great judgment. The result of that vision became known as the Variable Propulsion Architecture, or VPA. Simple and dynamic, the VPA enables a universal powertrain system. It combines structural stability with extensive modularity, allowing us to build vehicles of any size, style, or purpose. And in this instance, we've scaled up that platform to deliver the ultimate propulsion system for the FF91. Finally, the VPA allows for amazingly nimble engineering. For instance, the integrated multi-motor powertrain is only possible with this modular architecture and allows us to create vehicles with incredible power and handling as well as leading efficiency. To make life easier for our users, we've designed for an open charging system. This means that the FF91 has the ability to take charge from any standard. And our in-home charging systems employ 110 and 240 volt AC chargers that use a lightweight and intuitively designed charging handle. Gives you access to 1.5, 10, and 15 kilowatt power levels. And we're rapidly working to develop wireless charging for a car as well. And to keep you from waiting, if you're in need of a quick charge, we've developed and equipped the FF91 with the fastest DC charging capability in the industry. We've got 200 kilowatts capability for fast charging. And if you want to use speed for a metaphor as charging, our peak charge rate is 500 miles per hour. With our combination of industry-leading range, rapid charging, and compatibility with an open connected infrastructure, it's never been more convenient to drive completely electric. At the core of the VPA is our battery. The battery is the heart of all electric vehicles, and I know. I've been working on modern electric vehicles for more than 25 years. Our battery technology is unprecedented and offers drivers a vehicle that doesn't require any kind of sacrifice. We don't have to sacrifice range for performance or performance for range. We leveraged the world's highest energy density battery cell. And we put them together in a proprietary design to create the most compact and potent battery pack in the entire industry. How potent is our pack? 130 kilowatt hours of energy on board. Yeah. And that is almost 10 times the energy of the first electric vehicle I ever worked on. Our industry-leading battery technology, coupled with an efficiency-driven approach to structural engineering and aerodynamics, has allowed us to dramatically extend the FF91's range while generating exceptional power at the same time. The FF91 can achieve in excess of 378 miles of adjusted EPA range. That's enough to drive, yeah. You go from LA to Silicon Valley with miles to spare. No other electric vehicle can do that. And on the lower speed, New European Driving Cycle, or NEDC, you can expect to drive over 700 kilometers before needing to recharge your battery. Constant speed range scenarios are sometimes used for illustrative purposes. So at 55 miles an hour, the speed limit in much of the US, it's a whopping 482 miles. So regardless of how you measure it, we've engineered the FF91 to allow you to forget range anxiety. Later, my colleagues are going to spend their time talking about all the marvelous innovations we've made in optimizing the passenger experience in the FF91. But I'm here to tell you we've created something equally special for that person in the driver's seat. So this really high energy battery also generates incredible amounts of power. And we're hitting such high performance levels that it's become just as important to precisely control all that power as it is to generate it. And I'm incredibly proud of the work that my team's done to successfully harness this extreme output for maximum effect. How much power are we talking about? 1,050 horsepower. Yeah. And of course, when we talk about power from an electric vehicle, you have to remember that this comes with instant torque. So while the peak road power is 783 kilowatts, numerically, we're creating over 1,800 newton meters of total motor shaft torque. And in layman's terms, that's an insane amount. The art of an electric vehicle and its performance is translating the power to the road as efficiently as possible. And we achieve this through our software and electric traction control system. Faraday's patented software modulates the current from the battery through the inverters to the motors. It decreases the switching frequency, improving efficiency while keeping temperatures under control. This Faraday Future patented innovation allows us to deliver 20% more battery current, 25% more motor current, and 20% more useful torque. Our new system provides superior control over conventional systems, adjusting levels of slip 5 times as quickly. Our customers will enjoy this system on all surfaces and in all driving conditions. So whether you're going to Tahoe for a skiing weekend or embarrassing supercars on the way. So if maximizing electric performance is an art, then our masterpiece is a 0 to 60 time that puts the FF91 on the winning side of arguments with the world's greatest hypercars. But why tell you this? It's fast when we can just show you. So we'd like to show you a video right now in which the FF91 goes head-to-head with iconic benchmark vehicles. Some of you may have already seen this video, but tonight we're going to officially reveal our 0 to 60 time. Let's take a watch.
We set out to make this car sub 4 seconds, 0 to 60. From 4 seconds to 3.4 to somewhere below 3. We thought, well, let's go prove what we can do relative to those cars.
Really, it comes down to torque and mass. More current equals more torque equals faster acceleration.
You have the horsepower. It's a muscle electric car.
Our software provides a competitive advantage that others don't have.
We're going to do a little better because there's more in there.
So you've just watched the FF9 outrace a Bentley, a Ferrari, and the fastest accelerating SUV in the world. How about we bring those cars out right now, right here, for a live exhibition? Yes. All right. Great. So who's first? Come on up. So this is the first up, the Bentley Bentayga. This is cars from England. It's got a lot of German DNA, though. This car features a 6-liter twin-turbo W12 engine that comes to the ground through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Motor Trend called this car the ultimate evolution of the sedan chair. So let's have a look and see what the Bentley can do. All right. right. That was impressive in its own right, given the size of that car. That was interesting. Something to see. You can smell it here, actually. Doesn't sound like much. So next up, I think we have the Ferrari. Oh yeah, I can hear it there. Sounds nice. So the Ferrari, this is a Ferrari 488 GTB. It's got a 3.9-liter V8, twin turbocharged, delivers to the road through a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission. Car and Driver called this car the #1 rated car among all exotic cars. So let's see what the Ferrari does today. You got to applaud a little bit. That sounded good. Didn't it sound good? A little temperamental there. I thought I saw that. And now I can smell it a lot down here. And if you smell it too, what you really smell is a legacy of gas-powered cars. Yeah. But we know that the future of true luxury and true performance is smoother, quieter, and with zero emissions. We no longer need to sacrifice our environment to enjoy cars to the fullest. So there's a new range of cars that we really need to look at, the standard bearers of the electric luxury performance car. So first up, we want to bring out the Tesla Model X. This is the Tesla Model X in P100D in ludicrous mode. We're gonna see that. And according to Wikipedia, this car makes about 760 horsepower. And many have called this car the world's fastest SUV. Let's watch the Tesla X go. That was commendable. Thought you'd like that. So finally we've got the Tesla Model S. Tesla Model S coming out. A little shy today. Okay. So the Model S, also P100D, also ludicrous mode, also 760 horsepower, or maybe a little more. Road and Track said simply, quote, "It hauls ass." Let's watch. Indeed it does. Impressive, right? Quicker than the Bentley, the Ferrari, and the Model X, but you might be wondering, is the FF91 quicker than the current fastest production EV in the world? Let's see tonight. Let's get the FF91 out here and see what it can do. All right. I told you you'd see a lot of fast stuff. And so while the Tesla 2.5 was great, we knew it was not unbeatable. Not if we tried. So one day, several weeks ago in Irwindale, we pushed the envelope and took on the world's best. 2.39. I like the way that sounds. Wow. That's averaging more than 1.1 G. Or it means that under its own power, the FF91 accelerates faster than the Earth could accelerate it if it fell off a cliff. Put another way, the FF91 outruns gravity. So you just saw us beat the world's fastest production EV. And we made it possible because Faraday Future is also always racing ahead of the traditional and outmoded beliefs that have held engineers and designers back before. Once again, let's put our hands together for the new fastest production EV in the world. Take a bow, FF91, come on back. Now let's take a summary of the cars that we just saw race. Let's take a look. Now you see here, we just measured those cars going by. We instrumented those cars. And you might notice we didn't run a 239 today. This track is not Irwindale. It's a little dusty, you might have seen that. If you paid close attention, you would have saw that the Faraday development car has on all-season radials. And if you paid close attention to the Tesla S, you would have seen summer sport tires on there. And so even on this surface, even on this day, even with those tires, even in real time, we won by 1/100th of a second. We did that now. So now we've got a special opportunity for a guest, and I'd like to introduce him now. Faraday Future Dragon Racing Team driver Jerome D'Ambrosio will have the chance to experience the speed of the FF91 himself. The FF Dragon Racing Formula E team is a great team. They do great work. But a Formula E car is fast, but how fast does it go to 60? About 3.2 seconds. So Jerome D'Ambrosio doesn't often get to experience a car as fast as the FF91. So we're going to give him a quick ride in a car, and we'll take a look, and we'll have a chance to see him. So come on out one more time, encore, this time with Jerome on board. That was a joyride. We couldn't keep him out of the car. So very exciting, and I think he had a great time in that car. So we hope the world has seen Faraday's strong engineering efforts of 2.5 years of unremitting focus on engineering excellence. In the future, we look forward and will always challenge the limits of performance with electric vehicles. So I'd like to give you a chance now to talk with one of the guys I really look up to on the Faraday team. I think he's the most driven visionary designer in the industry today. Please help welcome Vice President of Design at Faraday Future to the stage, Richard Kim. Awesome, Richard.
Good job. Thank you. It's amazing to be here again at CES, so thanks for coming tonight. The FF91 was created to break boundaries. You just saw it smash through the boundaries of performance, and now I'd like you to see how it eliminates the traditional boundaries of design concept, design language, and product definition. I remember when I joined Faraday Future almost 2 years ago. It had only about 40 employees. It seemed a little crazy at the time, but I wanted to be part of something new, something different. I wanted to do something completely from scratch. I love that FF was a place without the safety net of big legacy brands. It requires bravery to create a whole new car company from the ground up, and I'm proud to be working alongside fellow risk takers. Thank you, guys. I came to FF to make something truly different, to not just design a car, but to design a whole brand, to build a team of the best designers out there, and to give them the freedom to create a new vehicle with the process, tools, and approach that truly represents the future. The fundamental shape of FF91 honors aerodynamics to increase range and performance. From the front fascia to the spoiler, the dual antennas, to our patented mirror design, every aspect of the car's shape is driven by aerodynamics. For every 1/10 of a point, we shave off the car's drag coefficient and we gain 12 miles of range. In electric vehicles, range is king. Currently, we've reached a jaw-dropping 0.25 drag coefficient. And the long, wide stance in our expansive wheelbase allows for a generously large interior cabin. It's a first-class cabin experience. Also, we celebrate and honor the power of the technology within, and we make aerodynamic design beautiful. Everything about the FF91 is pure and simple, with clean, focused clarity, like a smartphone or a tablet. It doesn't draw attention to itself. And nearly every aspect serves more than one role. Form follows multifunction. Now, when you see the FF91, you'll immediately notice that it's broken up into 3 layers. The top layer, the greenhouse as car people call it, is the experience layer. Here, everything you react with, including the digital ecosystem and the panoramic roof that spans across the length of the car. The silver layer, it's the middle layer. It's the technology and design layer which celebrates hyper-aerodynamic nature of the car. Running through this layer is the contour we call the UFO line. This is our signature FF styling cue. Finally, the bottom layer, the black rocker panel area, is the battery layer. It celebrates the amazing flexibility of our VPA and battery system. Size and comparisons between current leading models will be displayed shortly, and it's evident that we're in a class of our own, focusing on the user's experience. One of the design's goals was to maximize interior space, leaving out the historic compromises that habitually come with big luxury cars, which, as you can see, our car compares quite well. This very spacious wheelbase allows the rear seats to give you the most recline in the entire industry, 60 degrees versus the Maybach's 43.5. The large interior space measures 151 cubic feet by eliminating the need for a gas powertrain. The FF gains valuable space that traditional vehicles don't have. In a non-traditional world where many have chosen to ditch their license altogether, we know the new generation has a very special interest in the backseat experience. Blurring the line between mid and full-size vehicles, the FF91 draws benefit from both. The lengthy wheelbase provides a luxurious, smooth, and generous living space, but in no way limits the vehicle's maneuverability. Utilizing 4-wheel steering, torque vectoring, and a low center of gravity, the FF91 is capable of providing the driving dynamics of a very small car. It's perfect for turning into that tight parking spot. Or maybe it just parks itself. There is an abundance of special features our team has been working on, many of which are the first of their kind. Without delaying the reveal too much longer, I would like to touch on a couple distinguishing characteristics. The multifunctional lights, they're full LEDs, they're minimal and very focused. The ride height actively adjusts according to velocity changes for increased aero performance when you need it. The distinctive LiDAR puck is a key sensor for the autonomous driving system. And our camera mirror system, it reflects both future thinking and future proofing, manufactured to be easily removed or attached. Yeah. And our 22-inch Aerologic wheels transform their shape kinetically, creating a more ideal and aerodynamic form. Capacitive touch buttons replace conventional door handles. The Arrival interface enables keyless entry with its facial recognition camera and can be used to activate the driverless valet. Our exterior lighting system is unlike any in the world. It does more than just illuminate the road. It displays intuitive sequences to communicate messages to you and everyone around you. At the tap of the smart glass, the Eclipse mode transforms to provide you with shelter and privacy. And our flying buttress. Super difficult to achieve. It aerodynamically frames the rear quarter section while floating away from the greenhouse. The streamlined dual antenna, good for aero, but they also provide Wi-Fi hotspots. The rear-facing camera is seamlessly built into the spoiler. Our lighting system uses intuitive patterns to communicate messages to its users, like welcome sequences, charging states, and also autonomous driving mode is prompted to pedestrians. Every one of our 30-plus sensors are aesthetically integrated throughout the body. Now I'd like to show you a video of all these key features. Hope you enjoy. It's been quite a challenging journey for all of us getting here. And as the pictures show, it's been an incredible one. without any further delay, I'd like to introduce FF91.
So, ladies and gentlemen, not just FF91 for you this evening. I want you to also introduce you to my great friend and the chairman and founder of LAECO, YT. Hi. Thank you. Now, YT, I would like you to send the car onto center stage in the way that you would do it if you arrived home one evening and wanted to send the car to the garage. So using the auto valet park, just press the button and it will find its way to the garage.
Whoa. What? Oh.
Okay, it seems like it's a little bit lazy tonight. So maybe you would like to say a few words to the audience here, because I know you've been wanting to say a few things about Faraday and what we've been doing. So
Okay. Good evening, everyone. It's awesome to be here. I've always wanted to speak to you in English. Please bear with me. This car is very, very cool. It's impossible to perfectly categorize this disruptive machine. FF91 is not only the quickest EV in the world, but also packed with many disruptive innovations. FF is breaking the boundaries of internet, AI, and self-driving, electric powertrain, IT, and auto industries, creating eco-chemistry and reformatting the core value of cars. They believe the car of the future will no longer be valued in cubic inches. It will be measured in kilowatts, gigahertz, gigabytes, and the extent to which it connects you to the people and things that matter the most. The core value of the next generation of cars will be reformatted into computing power, AI and self-driving, internet and cloud, and electric power systems. In the last 100 years, all kinds of vehicle categories have been formed, including sedan, SUV, van, and sports car. The list goes on. But now, this is all going to change. FF91 integrates the best of all with one vehicle. FF replaces many categories of cars. It's all in one. Once you own an FF91, you can get rid of your other cars in the garage. It reformats people's perception of cars. It's no longer just a car. It is a new species. Faraday Future was founded 4 years ago. A few world-class experts came together from the internet, IT, electric powertrain, and auto industries. We share a dream to restore the blue sky and to reformat the 100-year-old auto industry. We are not just building an EV, but a globally shared internet mobility ecosystem. Here we are. FF launches our first production vehicle to the world. This is a milestone on our journey from oil age to electric car era and onto the electric internet ecosystem era. We invite you to be a part of the journey. We believe an easy road may never lead to greatness. Adversity shapes character. I am willing to devote my everything to my dream, even my life. Dream on and all in. Thank you.
Thank you. A very inspiring and inspirational speech, Whitey. Thank you.
Oh,
and I'm
thank you.
afraid that our car was a little bashful this evening. The limelight was perhaps a little too much, so let's just mind out and let the lights dim and see if she'll then become a little more brave. As a new baby, she's often very, very timid. So here we have it, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to take any pictures of FF91, now is your opportunity as she's out on centre stage. Richard?
Okay. Later.
Okay, YT and Richard, let's go and have a little look at the car. And I'll explain a few of the features. When you spoke about it earlier, you talked about the keyless entry. All I need to do is touch the door and they open. And all that is made possible because of the FFID I have on my phone. The car knows me. The car was authenticated by my FID. It recognizes me. It knows who I am. A welcome message will appear on the screen, an interface of arrival, and there we have it, seamless entry. And the front seat will automatically adjust, and the rest of the things will adjust to my settings, my applications, my music, my data will all be here on the car. inside the car, exactly knowing who I am, and then it will adjust all the settings to my settings. Unique, special, and personalized to me.
Oh, very nice.
So YT, the UFO line, it starts from the front, and it wraps all the way through.
Good.
You have the buttress. You can see my hand slides
Oh,
behind
nice.
there. It floats away. All of our lights, they're this crystal array.
Very cool.
And here is our spoiler with the integrated camera.
Yes.
And all of the edges here you see on the ends, they're all very much for aerodynamics. What do you think?
Wow.
cool. Yeah.
Very, very cool. It's amazing.
Yeah, awesome. Cool.
Thank you, Richard. It's a beautiful car. YT, come and join us in front of the car, and let's get
Thank
the
you, Richard.
opportunity to take some few pictures.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Richard.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Thank you.
you, Richard. Nick, FF91 is very, very cool.
Thank you.
Where can I buy it?
I think you're not the only person this evening that wants to know where you're going to be able to buy it and when you're going to be able to buy it. So if you'd just like to go and sit down for a few moments, I'll tell you and the rest of our big audience here how you can get an FF91. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the FF91 will usher in a new age of connected vehicles and break down the boundaries of what a vehicle can and will be. And this mindset is deeply rooted in the soul of our company in creating a new age also for car buying. In owning an FF91, you'll be joining a new alliance to ignite technology revolutions and protect the planet Earth. The first step in turning this message into a movement is to register on ff.com. And then you can already create your FFID. Your FFID is personalized. It is a global profile, and it will give you access to the vast FF ecosystem. And for those of you that go a step further, you will also be able to take a priority reservation for the inaugural FF91 models. And this can be done by placing a refundable $5,000 deposit. And this will also give you the right to upgrade to the launch series, the Alliance Edition, when we release it later in March. The Alliance Edition will be limited to the first 300 FF91s ever produced, and will be for those who want to drive something truly unique and unprecedented. And with your commitment, we will also give ours. We will proudly donate part of the final sales proceeds for each delivered Alliance Edition to an environmental protection fund, the name of which we'll be announcing in a few weeks' time. And in March, we'll also, at a gala event in Los Angeles, be auctioning the very first FF91 Alliance Edition. And all the proceeds from this auction will go to the same fund. The FF91 will be priced as a premium flagship model, and estimated deliveries will begin in 2018. So, reserving your FF91 is simple. I'll repeat again. Go to ff.com, create your FFID, and reserve. That's all you need to do. You'll also be able to immerse yourself in our redesigned website, which will give behind-the-scenes access to everything we've been showcasing this evening, and will give you a further glimpse on what more is still to come. Well, we've covered a lot of things this evening. The world's most connected car, the smartest car you'll ever experience, a car with the world's greatest electric propulsion system, and the car that may not even be a car at all, but something else altogether. the FF91, a new species. And we've shared a lot with you this evening in the last hour, but this is not the end. Tonight is actually just the beginning, because in the coming months, we'll have much more to share with you, including the fully immersive dive into the interior of FF91 and the endless ways you can personalize your connection to your world. And as we've shown, we have made great strides to create a car that doesn't fit into any specific category, but actually creates a new one all of its own. And we've done this by reformatting the auto industry and future mobility and user value. We'll be formatting the future. So from everybody at Faraday and all of you, I want to thank you for the distinguished guests we have here tonight, our valued partners. Thank you for joining us. And I want to thank all of you here in Las Vegas and all of you watching online. And I also want to thank every FF employee here tonight. And for those of you watching back at HQ or anywhere else in the world, and I'd personally like to thank for you and your families for the hard work, the dedication, and the commitment and the passion that you have brought to FF. And I can say now, without a shadow of a doubt, despite all the naysayers, the skeptics, we will persist. We will carry on to make the impossible possible. So thank you everybody, thank you and good night.